You're breastfeeding in the bedroom. How do you make sure that the 3-year-old is playing safely in his room? Baby monitor.
You can breastfeed? I thought that was Daddy Owen.
I'm Daddy Brad.
And I'm Daddy Clay, and this is the Dad Lab.
The first question that comes to mind when you're talking about baby monitors, do you need one?
You know, it's true that really when you're talking about infants and baby monitors, you're really mostly talking about peace of mind for mom and dad, which is not insignificant. But there are some people for whom a baby monitor is an absolute must. That is, if you got a really big honking mansion, you know, it's huge between the nursery and your bedroom, you definitely want a monitor. If you've got twins or a preterm baby, you definitely want to invest in a really good monitor. You might even consider one of these units that's got a movement sensor pad in it. This is a Baby Sounds Angel Care Deluxe unit. This is a good one if you got preemies.
It's interesting that you mention multiple kids.
Yes.
Also, as they get older, you can use them. Think about this, toddler monitor.
Yeah, very good. Toddlers, they're older.
Yeah.
You're in one room, toddlers in the other, with a baby, yeah, definitely.
Keeping an eye.
Yes.
Teen monitor.
Whoa.
Grandpa monitor.
Whoa, whoa.
Yeah, big brother.
But that's Patriot Act parenting.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? The technology of baby monitors has really changed. I remember back with our oldest when we stretched that first tin can on a string into the nursery, and that was a proud moment. But things have changed. There's lots of choices out there now.
Yeah, so many. It scares me a little bit.
Yeah, that's because they've got a plug, and anything that's got a plug is pretty scary to you.
Yeah, yeah.
Tech boy. Well, one of the first choices you got to make, audio or video. Now they've got lots of these great, like this unit from Summer. This is actually a video baby monitor, and this is if you want to just have a visual. You know, you want to make sure that the baby is sleeping safely on her back. Maybe you're talking on the phone, or you're trying to listen to something else, and you want to be able to just get a quick audio, get a quick visual. And dads like the visual. You take this monitor unit, you can put it on the wall and adjust the angle, or you can put it down on the tabletop and focus that on the baby. This is a pretty cool little gizmo.
Obviously, there's a big jump in price between video and audio.
Definitely. You're gonna step up to maybe a couple of $100 for a video unit like this, so you can see. You know, if you go with just a basic audio unit, this is a sounds and lights unit from Fisher-Price. This is only about $30, so you're making a big decision. Step up in price if you go video.
Yeah, hearing is fine for me, but range is very important because I want to be able to go to the mall when the baby's napping.
Yeah, you're not doing that. You know, you're not doing that. You're not going out to the wag a bag and snagging a big 40. You're not doing any of that. You're staying at the house. But you do need to know when you're thinking about range, like how far is it from the nursery to the man cave?
Step it off.
You know, you might want to step it, yeah, get your, walk that distance off, because you will pay a premium to get an extended range monitor. And usually the range is going to go from maybe 600 feet up to as far as 2,000 feet.
3 feet per step.
Yes, you're going to want to
do that.
You're definitely going to want to measure that off.
Yeah.
But you're going to pay for it, so make sure you need to have that range.
Yeah, absolutely. And I heard that you can use these baby monitors to listen in to your neighbor's phone conversations. Sweet feature.
That's not a feature, that's actually a problem. Daddy Brad, you see, because now Daddy Troy's going to go into this. He's the gear guy. But basically, baby monitors, Wi-Fi devices, cordless phones, even RC toys are all using similar radio frequencies. So you really do have the potential there to pick up some unwanted signals and have security breaches.
It's true. Whatever you're putting out over your monitor, other people possibly can listen in on their cordless phones or police scanners, or maybe with another monitor.
It's true, it's true. Now, some models, some manufacturers address this issue, like this unit right here. It's a private connection monitor from Fisher-Price. Basically, they pair the base with the receivers, and that means you got a secure connection there. Nobody's going to be listening in. And that takes care of your security issue, but you always are going to have a problem with interference, which is also a huge thing with monitors, because basically anything in your house that's an electronic device can potentially interfere with a monitor, whether it's a microwave oven, electronic devices, wireless routers. It could be
oboes, xylophones.
Yeah, how in the hell is a xylophone have to do with a wireless router? I mean, I was
Sound.
talking about
baby monitor. Somebody's playing the xylophone or the oboe. Here's a little tip. these monitors have multiple channels.
Yes.
You can kind of go back and forth.
This one's A and B.
Yeah, kind of like when you're, on the CB and you're saying, breaker, 19, come on. And then you summons on 19, that's code. And then you go to 3 or 5 or 7 to talk for less interference.
Hey, Smokey, where's the bandit?
Breaker, 19.
What are you, that is the most
down.
South Carolina cultural reference ever.
Loaded up and trucking. We gonna do what they say can't be done.
Oh man, I knew there was a reason there's a Trans Am parked in the parking lot.
Firebird, dude, Firebird. Well, that's all for us here this week in the lab. If you've got thoughts about buying a monitor, special features that you really like, go to dadlabs.com, join the community, and let us know about them.